Since the dawn of time, Archangel Michael has stood as heaven's greatest defender. With his flaming sword, he guarded the realms of light, driving back every shadow that sought to consume creation. Yet prophecy whispered of a final day, a day when the heavens would shake, when the stars would fall, and when the sound of the last trumpet would summon all souls to judgment. On that day, Michael's destiny would be fulfilled, not only as a warrior, but as the commander of heaven's final stand. The world trembled as the sky turned crimson like blood poured across the heavens. The earth groaned under the weight of a power it had never felt before. Lightning split the horizon and thunder rolled like the voice of eternity. Then it came, a sound that pierced through the mountains, seas, and hearts of every living soul, the blast of the final trumpet. It was not a sound of music but of truth, a call that shook the soul awake, stripping away lies, fear, and silence. Kings and beggars alike fell to their knees, for they knew the hour had come. From the heavens, a radiant figure descended. His wings blazed like fire, stretching across the skies with unyielding majesty. His armor shone brighter than the sun, and in his hand burned the sword of celestial flame. Archangel Michael had arrived. His eyes, fierce and steady, surveyed the earth below, an earth caught between despair and hope, fear and faith. Behind him, legions of angels marched across the sky, their light weaving a tapestry of glory. Trumpets echoed in harmony, shaking the shadows that clung to the earth. The armies of heaven had come, their commander leading them with the authority of the Most High. But from the abyss below, the ground cracked open, and shadows spilled forth like a flood. The legions of the fallen rose, their faces twisted with hatred, their wings blackened by rebellion. At their head came Lucifer, the fallen star, crowned in pride and wrapped in eternal fire. His voice rang out in defiance. "This world is mine. Humanity belongs to me." Michael stepped forward, his voice like thunder. "By the command of the Eternal One, darkness shall not reign. Your reign ends here, deceiver." The battlefield was set. The skies burned with light and the earth groaned beneath the weight of shadows. Then the clash began. Angels descended like bolts of lightning, their swords glowing with divine fire. Demons rose like storms of ash, their claws tearing through the air. The battle raged across heaven and earth, a storm of light and darkness colliding in every direction. The roar of battle was louder than oceans, louder than earthquakes, louder than death itself. Michael stood at the heart of the war, his sword carving through the abyss with every strike. Flames of purity ignited where his blade struck, burning away corruption and lies. Lucifer met him in the center, their swords colliding with a force that split the air. The duel of eternity began. Michael, the guardian of light, against Lucifer, the prince of shadows. Each clash shook the heavens. Each strike tore through the earth. Yet Michael did not falter. Though the enemy's strength was vast, the Archangel's resolve was greater. For he did not fight for himself, he fought for humanity, for every soul, for the hope that light would never die. But the war was more than steel and flame. The final trumpet had not only called angels and demons to arms, it had called humanity to choose. As the battle raged above, men and women looked within their hearts. Some clung to faith, their prayers rising like shields of light, strengthening the angelic host. Others fell to despair, their fear feeding the darkness. In that moment, the fate of the world did not rest solely in Michael's sword, but in the choices of mankind. Michael, seeing humanity struggle, raised his voice one final time. "Children of the Most High, do not fear the darkness. Stand in the light. For you were not born for despair, you were born for eternity." His words thundered across creation, igniting courage in countless hearts. The prayers of the faithful rose like rivers of fire, fueling the strength of heaven's host. With a cry that split the heavens, Michael struck once more, his sword blazing with the light of the eternal throne. The clash with Lucifer ended in a shattering explosion of light and shadow. The Prince of Darkness recoiled, his armies thrown back into the abyss. The light of heaven shone brighter than ever before, pushing the shadows into retreat. The final trumpet faded, leaving behind silence, not of fear but of peace. The skies cleared, and the earth sighed as though freed from its chains. Humanity looked upward, not with dread but with hope. And at the center of the stillness stood Archangel Michael, his sword lowered, his wings still burning with divine fire. He had not fought for glory nor for power, but for love, for the eternal bond between heaven and humanity. The battle was over, but the choice of mankind would echo through eternity. For the final trumpet was not only a call to war, it was a call to hearts. a reminder that even in the last hour, light will always rise and darkness will never prevail.